Hey everyone, it's the nastiest of Nates here. I'm going to be bringing you a game between my friend PuCK, the Protoss, in the bottom right corner with the blue colors, and in the bottom left corner we have Phoenixroot, the pink Terran. This game I'm going to cast was actually broadcast on PuCK's stream. He's a friend of mine who also streams actually. He's a little bit better than I am actually. He's a Grandmaster rank 11 on North American servers, so expect to see some crazy stuff here, guys. I actually was watching this game on the stream when I asked him to send me a replay because I thought it was a really interesting game with some tactics I really haven't seen before. Actually, I don't actually watch a lot of Terran versus Protoss, but I have seen a few games in my time, and I hadn't seen this kind of thing before, so I figured you guys haven't either, so well, at least some of you probably haven't seen this kind of thing before. So I wanted to cast this game and get back into casting because I haven't done it in a while. So I'll probably just be casting this game and maybe one of my own games for now, and then we'll see where I go from there. I still have some stuff on my to-do list, including that series that I never finished between TLO and White Rock, of course, and my friend Blindo. I want to cast some of his awesome games. He's also streaming now. As I mentioned before, you can follow him at Twitch TV/UNR Blindo. Anyways, these guys are gonna have some conversation apparently about plane tickets to Hawaii, which I wish I had because I've never been to Hawaii actually. Oh, looks like PuCK's getting married. Did not know that. I actually don't really know a whole lot about PuCK, to be honest. We met streaming, of course. He was watching my stream one day, and then I realized how good he was, and he wanted to play some show matches on my stream, which we did, and you kicked my ass. And then I told him to start streaming, and now he does, or maybe he did before, but he streams as well. So you can follow him, of course. I'm not trying to plug everybody in the world here, sorry guys, but he is at Twitch TV/PuCK with about 3Ks, I believe, instead of the name he has here. Anyways, looks like PuCK is going to be opening with a standard gateway first, cybernetics core, get warp bait tech real quick. Meanwhile, our Terran player is walling up. Looks like he means to take a really fast expo, which he is. Which will put him in a good lead unless PuCK decides to do something pretty quickly in this game. We'll see what happens there. I don't know. I don't really remember all this game. There's only one part that I do remember. Looks like Phoenixroot smartly sniping out PuCK's probe there, the scouting probe. But I do believe... Nope, PuCK actually did not see this, but he may have spotted the SCV, which would cue him into what might be happening here. He also doesn't see any gas, so he knows something's up. Sure, he expects that a command center is already out, so he's going to be building a robotics bay, looks like. Possibly a 3-gate robo. I don't know, guys. What do you think? What kind of wonky build order is this with one gateway and a robotics facility on the way? We'll find out soon, I guess. Anyways, PuCK has the stalker out. He's prepared to deny any kind of scouting by Phoenix and see if anything's coming along. Cleverly pulling his probe right after that SCV is killed to kind of conceal that nexus, make his opponent worry maybe there's some kind of all-in coming. I have to be careful, so we're gonna see that his opponent actually has a bunker up and is building a second bunker, worried about some kind of attack with a few Marines out here as well. PuCK smartly going to be moving up his stalker. You always want to scout with his stalker here in the beginning because you know there's not going to be any marauders unless he's going for some kind of attack. Usually in the very beginning, he's going to be spending his gas elsewhere, or not getting gas actually. Is what I meant to say. Spending it all on the command center, getting the orbitals out, getting more barracks out. And it looks like wow, we see 4 barracks coming down for our Terran players. So you can always. It's always a safe bet to poke with this stalker because even if there is a marauder out, he's not going to have concussive shell done right in the beginning of the game like this. I mean, he could if he's doing a 1-base play, but since PuCK knows he's going for 2-base, he's not worried about concussive shell moving the stalker really. So he's going to just miss this SCV. Oh, I mean this Marine here, but I guess he saw it, so he's going to come around and kill it, which is always good. take everything you get. Meanwhile, back in PuCK space, we actually see something very unusual going down. There is a Colossus coming out, and warp prism speed, which is extremely unusual in my opinion. I don't ever see this in a TVP. So now he's finally throwing down additional gateways. He's been on one gateway this entire time. He already has warp gate tech. He's had it for a while, I assume. And now he's currently boosting out a Colossus, and he has warp prism and the warp prism speed. So let's see what he does with this one Colossus here and speed. Nothing else really coming out for him just yet. He really spent a lot of tech and time into getting that one Colossus and this warp prism out, so we're going to see if he's able to do anything with it. Smartly pulling back up onto the high ground there. I'm not sure if I agree with losing all the shield energy. He could have picked up with the warp prism. Well, no, actually no, that was the right call, because if he picked up the warp prism, the Marines would focus by the warp prism, he would lose. That warp prism has a lot less health. Well, not a whole lot less health, but a certain amount of health less than the Colossus does, so it's probably best to use the Colossus health for now, instead of letting the Marines worrying about losing that warp prism instead of the Colossus, which would be an even greater loss than just the Colossus. Meanwhile, some good micro, he picked up that entire Marine force with just one Colossus and warp prism. And now he's going to be moving into the Terran main, or Terran natural, to do some harassment with this Colossus. And we all know that obviously this Colossus and this warp prism will be hard countered by a Viking. But PuCK saw that his opponent was fast expanding. He knows he's not going to have that starport tech up in time, so he got that one base, not one base, he expanded, but he spent all his tech resources just getting this Colossus out to do some harassment. Almost losing it there, but still managing to save his Colossus. How much damage has this one Colossus done? Let's look in the resources lost. I don't know where that is. Sorry, guys. Units killed, maybe? Units lost. Oh, here we go. Resources lost. 1,300 for the Terran player, just this one Colossus. Meanwhile, all PuCK has lost is a probe in the beginning of the game. This Colossus continues to do damage. He can just sit here and let these, I believe the shield will regen if he just keeps the, maybe not. Yeah, the shield should regen in the warp prism, I believe, so if he just keeps moving around and maybe puts this guy off to the side. This Colossus is getting dangerously low. I'm not sure if I agree with continuing to harass with this. I feel like he should maybe get his Colossus out of here. However, this has been some of the most amazing harassment I've ever seen in this game, to be honest, so I don't think it matters at this point. If he loses this Colossus, it's not the end of the world. It just seems silly to risk losing it. But he's just trying to do as much damage as he can with this one Colossus, and so far it's working. 1450 resources lost. Phoenix. Meanwhile, in the production tab, or let's see, the units tab, we have 43 SCVs to 58 probes. Supply count, Protoss also up by 10, so his army's a little bit smaller still, but he has been microing this Colossus a lot, so we can't expect him. Oh, the Colossus finally goes down after doing all that damage. Back in the units lost 1775 over one Colossus. Meanwhile, he's going to start macroing now. Hopefully start using these chrono boosts on these nexuses, and he's going to have, wow, he's getting +1 armor. And he's already got +1 attack, and he's getting more Colossus out. Thermal Lance already done. And he's also getting Zealot Charge, which is great. So he's going to have a pretty impressive army here once he starts warping in and chrono boosting on more Colossus to contend with this Terran army, which will be great. He's up by 20 supply. In the workers tab, he's up 14 workers now, which isn't a huge economic advantage considering Terran have mules. However, the supply, just overall in the supply count, he's ahead, so he is ahead in this game. I would say that harassment did a lot of damage. However, I'm sure that he lost some of the macro time trying to do all that micro with the warp prism. Unless his APM is of course absurd, which it kind of is. I mean, 100 average APM is a little bit higher than mine. I get about 90 to 100 APM is my average, so I guess what it really comes down to, skill-wise, it's not really about APM, guys. Um, you might think that it's more about decision making. You might think that it's you have to have the highest APM in the world, and if you're a Code S player, maybe that is something that's super important to you. But for the rest of us who are only in, Master League or Bronze League or whatever league you're in, it doesn't matter. It's not APM is not the most important thing in the world. It's just about making the right decisions, not forgetting things you need to do, like build supply depots and build pylons and overlords. Not forgetting to expand. So here we go. The Terran's going to move out with a pretty decent army. He has no upgrades, however. He's finally finishing 1-1. Okay, so he's going to attack right as these upgrades finish, I presume. It's going to be some kind of timing attack at 15 minutes with 1-1. It's not the best timing I've ever seen, but we'll see what happens here. PuCK looks like he's ready for some battle right here. He's going to take these warp prisms, two sentries in for some reason over here. I don't know what this is all about, but looks like he's going to force an engagement here. Probably just clean this Terran army up. Wow, really getting annihilated. The tier 2, the tier 3 army of PuCK is just annihilating the hardly tier 2 army of Phoenix, I would say. There's a tech advantage with these Colossus. There weren't a lot of Vikings out. Especially with the Zealot charge, that's a real big thing here, I believe. Also with the +2 attack, +1 armor, upgrade advantage there. And the Zealot charge supported by Colossus is just so good with Guardian Shield, supporting damage from Stalkers, Force Fields. This Terran army just can't stand up to the PuCKs. So he's actually finishing Storm right now. I don't know what the purpose of that tech switch is. I guess it's to force a bunch of Vikings out if he doesn't win this battle outright, and then have a different tech to deal with Marine Marauder and make the Vikings useless once all the Colossus are dead. But anyways, he's just going to clean up here. Phoenixroot is going to GG out of the game. As you saw there, some very interesting play with the Warp Prism, with the speed upgrade, with a Colossus in it. It's very great for harassment when you're... Don't take this and say, oh, I should always, Warp Prism harass with the Colossus on my Terran opponent, because if he's playing one base, obviously that's not a viable option. If he's going a fast starport or something like that, it's not going to work at all with the Viking on the field. But if you see this kind of play, you can think, okay, I know that he's going to take this expansion, his tech's going to be delayed, so I can exploit that with something crazy, like a Warp Prism and a Colossus. Apparently, I wouldn't have thought of that until I saw this game, but I guess it works great. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to bring up a replay of one of my games next, so I'll bring that out shortly. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.